finish the pod, I see that he's still being canceled, or he's still having opportunities took from him in regards to performances, which takes money out of his pocket. You got to understand how one hand wash the other, both wash the face, right? Your performance means a lot. The alignment with these brands mean a lot. And it's almost feeling like now that he letting them trick him out his spot. You know, if it was me, or if I was advising him, he would have already had donated something to some sort of LBGT nonprofit organization, some sort of HIV awareness, made a formal apology and moved on. What I think is happening, whoever the powers that be that may have a adverse reaction to DaBaby being successful at this point, seeing that he may have aligned himself with some things that's unfavorable to certain people in the industry that have high power and have big feet. But I think what he doing right now is he's letting them trick him out his spot. You got to get some of them real niggas out your ear when you talking business. You got to get some of them real niggas out your ear when we talking business. I ain't talking about real men. I'm talking about real niggas, the street dudes. The ones that don't understand this brand here. I got a chance to do something that's never been done, not only for my city, but for my family. Right? It's a lot riding on this, and I can't let them trick me into them whooping me. Oh, they keep calling me scared, so I'm supposed to run out and let them gang me. And if I don't, oh, he got heart. He died that day, but he got heart. Like, yo, you got to know we smarter than that. Now, don't get it confused. These brands align themselves with the powerful people in the industry, right? And DaBaby was right there. He's right there. He's on the cuffs. I just think that it's been some ill-advised tweeting and doubling down when that's unnecessary. We want to address it and move on. When you look at Kodak Black, he has some people on his team, not sure who they are. But when you see him go throw 100 racks in the water, in the ocean, that very next day he's in the projects giving air conditioners and giving money and giving, because he understands, somebody on his team understands perception, right? And yeah, DaBaby's gonna be rich no matter, you know, what they do, but the problem is they trying to knock a dent in him, and it's looking like he's allowing them to succeed in regards to tricking him into saying like. And then see, but on one side I understand, because I'm like, yo, it's like they trying to bully you into, you know, they trying to bully you into making you go the other route with things. And we don't consider people that push us in a direction outside of what we're comfortable in doing. Most times when you place one of us in a situation where you trying to force us to do something, we'll do the opposite just because. You may have been right, and we may have should have went that route, but just because you putting it that way, I'm gonna go the other route and show you that don't mean nothing to me. But the problem with that is when we dealing with millions of dollars and somebody in a situation like DaBaby's in, the problem becomes when they start to, because again, they know when you big like that. See, you gotta think, it's levels to everything. When your brain is kind of escape hip hop a little bit like DaBaby, he ain't went super far with it. Don't get it confused, but he has escaped hip hop and went up a little bit, right? They understand they can't cancel you with one swipe. They know they gotta swipe. It's like when you fighting somebody this big, you can't, one hit may not get it done, but you hit them and hit them there and hit them, you can drop them. But your fight back gotta be involved in perception. You gotta deal with perception. And it's unfortunate because we like to deal with reality, meaning I ain't say that. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to hurt them folk with that. I wasn't even talking like that. That's the reality. But the perception is they're painting the narrative. Like, yo, bro, and he's saying some things that I don't see to be the right thing to be said in that time. You know, shout out to Arnold and everybody at South Coast Music Group. Great businessmen. I think DaBaby has got big enough too, though, the way he pushes back on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, the worst thing. Now, don't get it confused. It's a blessing to have Meg or Cardi or Nicki on your team, co-signing you. They got the internet people, and then they can play the black woman thing. You understand me? When they reach out to some of these festivals, I'm telling you, it feel like somebody's making calls to say, yo, y'all gonna still do business like this with somebody that said this? You know, it feels like that because they didn't come out soon as it happened. It's like they're dressed, they're coming. Just, it seemed like we ain't got over there to that one yet, but we calling them too. That's what it feels like. Nonetheless, I think his mistake is rooted in not just apologizing, you understand me, for perception's sake and for the brand's sake and for the family's sake. You know, sometimes we got to do things we don't want to do for the family. I was in my truck the other day, and, you know, we had went somewhere. You understand me? I jump off the interstate, boom, one of my tires bust. I got $75,000 in jewelry on. I got on $1,500 shoes, like all this here, right? My tire just busted. I can wait on insurance. I can call somebody to change it, but I got my old lady in the car. I got to figure something out, right? So my perception is, all right, we just got to get it done. So I jump out. You think I want to jump out and sweat and do this and doing that? I don't want to do that. But that's what I got to do because the circumstances surrounding this. This is bigger than just what I feel like. I don't feel like changing a tire or getting out and going to sweating when I don't feel like all that right now. I just come from a restaurant. I'm full. I don't feel like all that. But I didn't have that luxury because of the call. You understand the situation that was placed in front of me? I got to go head on with it, and I got to handle it a certain way for it to be complete. I keep telling people, all's well that ends well. Yeah, but I keep telling people, you know, all's well that ends well, right? And that's game that you gonna hear me always put down and let people know all's well that ends well, not that goes well, not that starts well. All is well that ends well. You got to begin with the ending in mind. You got to operate with the mission in mind. These is just necessary to teach us to learn twice. You understand me? To teach us to learn twice. So you gotta always remember what you going through and what it is that you here for. Yeah, I ain't here for y'all to call me no real one. I know who know I'm a real one. They understand. I got big footprints. I've been having big footprints in the sand since I've been a young boy. They can't tell me I'm not a big dog. They can't snatch no vouch from me. They can't dictate what I do. They can't indicate to me what I am in society, what I am to my neighborhood, what I am to my children and my family. Whatever you say can't mean nothing to me. I'm established. I've been established. So when you see me navigate through the industry, you got to understand that. Man, I'm not here for y'all to say, nah, he a real one. I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to be a real one because that's who I am in my heart. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to let nobody trick me out my spot. You can't trick me in the, oh, y'all ain't going to make me say sorry and I'm going to lose $10 million about that. You won't trick me. If anything, I'll trick you with the sorry. You understand me? I won't lose. I'm prepared for all things. That's why I have no luxury of freedom and freelancing. Because in every opportunity that I get, I'm planning for something. Whether that's, oh, I seen a crack in that right there. I don't like that. Let me prepare my exit on that. Oh, I see how that's going. I understand now. Listen, I can tell you that something's done 10 months before it's over, 2 years before it's over, because I'm that alive in the moment. I don't ever take what somebody say to me. I always look at actions of things because I got to understand my position in life, right? So I got to look at things and say, oh, okay, that's what it is. But I won't lose because I prepare for things and I stay prepared for every single thing that I can see coming. Now, I may lose if it's something I don't see coming, but I don't involve. That's got to be something that I'm not involved with, because everything that I'm involved with, I got a fine tooth comb on it. I'm going through it. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see what it's doing, what we talking about, what is it worth, what it costs, what's the value, what's the detrimental, how detrimental is it to my life, right? So when you deal with somebody like me, you can't trick me. You can't outdo nothing. These communities that get offended, if they're offended, you got to handle that with a certain level of understanding when there's money at stake. When you somebody like a Lil Boosie, you don't really got to worry about that. But when you somebody that's getting clothing brands and Fortnite and whatever, all these different things, you got to really understand that. You understand me? Because what they'll try to do is, oh, box him out. First chance we get, and it came quick. Look at God. That's how the haters gonna react. And so when I look at people make these kind of mistakes, because this ain't the first time nor the last time we'll see these things. But again, I think it's the influence of people who don't carry the burden. See, you always got to be careful to take advice and be influenced by someone that won't carry the burden or the consequences of what it is they asking you to do. Right? Oh man, your old lady be tripping, man. You need to come on over here, man. Man, damn, you can't even stay out, can you, bro? What you got going on? See, they don't carry the burden for what the consequences is about that. Yeah, my old lady is tripping because she don't want me staying out like that because she may done caught me cheating. She may be in a situation where we ain't spent time in the last. I got to consider the person that got to carry the burden. I cannot negate the person that carries the burden and then cater to the people who don't even carry the burden of what they asking me to do. So you asking me to neglect somebody or neglect a situation in which my family got to carry the burden of. You understand me? So you can have people calling DaBaby saying, man, yeah, nah, man. Hey, yo, we ain't going for that, home. We ain't rocking like that. We ain't letting them do us like that, bro. We ain't apologizing. We ain't doing nothing. You dealing with somebody, he worth $3 million. I made $11 million last year. For me to align myself with that type of capital and financial gain, I got to be aligned with these brands. To align with these brands, I got to be aligned with certain morals and ethics in the way that they look at it. I ain't got to that place where I can stand on what it is I stand on and y'all do what y'all need to do. But again, it's so many people that's dumb and stupid. They letting people influence what they do, and then they negate the person that carries the burden. They got to be one of the dumbest things, because guess what? When the money stop coming, or when I do stay out on my old lady and then now she cheating on me. Now 6 months from now, she got a whole new dude. And I'm trying to tell her, please don't leave me. I didn't mean, and I'm saying she wrong. Well, you wrong for what you doing to me. Whole time, you ain't even paying attention. You see what I'm saying? These is reactions to things that's happening. Yeah, you can go and say, you cheated on me, or you left me for another woman, or you did this, but you're not looking at it and saying, how did I play into that? He carried the burden for a lot of things I done that I shouldn't have done to that dude. Or I shouldn't have done to that girl. Right? And then it's so fucked up that in this game, these people will dig and dig and dig until they find one thing that you did that is out of line with what it is that they stand for, and they'll press the gas on that. Like every time, even, and I like to use analogies in relationships because everybody has one, whether that's with same sex, opposite sex, friend, whatever you got going on, everybody has a relationship. You dig what I'm saying? So, you want me to mistreat my old lady, or you want me to mistreat my situation, and you don't carry the burden for the losses I'm gonna take behind doing that, right? I gotta carry that burden. You think I'm stupid enough to let somebody trick me out of doing something? Like, bro, listen, we gotta be smarter, man. We gotta be swifter with what we doing. We gotta look at things for what it's worth. We saw this happen with Tory. We saw his sales go down dramatically. And you want to push that narrative that, I'm not blackballed and you completely independent. Again, a different game. See, everybody can't play the same game, dumb, stupid people. Everybody can't play the same game. If I got a $1 million woman and all my buddies, gals work at Wendy's, I can't handle my woman the same way y'all handle y'all woman. That's like, come on, my nigga, what we doing? Are you that stupid around here? Like, you gotta understand what you dealing with, dumb, stupid people. You don't let nobody talk you out of. I just feel like somebody on homie team needs to tell him, let's reverse this, because they making you walk yourself into the issue. If anybody gonna create an issue in my relationship, in my business, with my family, it's gonna be me. Y'all ain't gonna create the issue listen, no woman that ever has been with me has ever been approached by another woman. I need you to really let that vibrate. You understand me? I'm a boss. Can't nobody affect what I got going on. I'm the only person that can affect it. I ain't dumb enough to let other people, even if there's things going on. You gotta know there's interest in me from other women. That's just how life works. Look at what I do. You understand? This how everybody got interest from outside entities. That's how this works. But I'm a boss. I don't allow nothing. Nobody's never disrespected my mother. Nobody's never disrespected nothing. I don't allow for anything, any issue I've ever had, relationship or otherwise, was on me. It's something that I created. Not no outside person came and, hey man, and then now that ain't how it worked. When I get information from outside people, I make sure to vet the information and make sure my perception is in a good place. Because the wrong information said the right way turns into truth. So it's important for me to always comb through things and make sure, take your emotions out of this. Now look at the facts of this. All right, you dealing with this. You in this situation. You done this for that. What was that about? That's why you never hear me criticize what actually happens. I criticize the circumstances that drove you there. Hey, yo, why was you doing this in that situation? Like, what is that? The act itself don't mean much to me. It's the circumstances around that. What made you do that in them? What are you doing? Oh, you dumb. I don't got no problem with dumb people. I know how to handle dumb people. You understand? The people that's blind, that's took their hands off the wheel. I know how. Y'all easy to deal with. You dumb and stupid. You so easy, so I can deal with them. But what ain't gonna ever happen is you'll never see me go to losing money, go to losing things that I care about, because outside people has influenced me to do things that I know ain't acceptable for the people that I deal with, and they don't carry the burden of the consequences that got to take place, because every action has a reaction. Every single action has a reaction. And if you dumb enough to think, oh, I can get around it, all right? Especially if you deal with a thinker, you can't outsmart somebody like me. Number 1, I won't give you enough information. Nobody. I won't give nobody enough information. That go for my mother. That go for my love interest. That go for whoever. You will never get enough information on me because I don't know enough about myself to tell you enough to destroy me. What you think about me ain't what I am. I'm clear on that. What you feel about me ain't what I am. I'm clear on that. Because what I feel about me ain't completely what I am, and I'm clear on that. So it's nothing people can do to affect where I'm going, because guess what? I don't even know where I'm going. What only thing that I do know, I'm going to make sure to love the people that love me. I'm going to respect the game. I'm going to provide for my family, and I'm going to stay loyal and true to my word. That's the only things that I know that I'm going to do regardless of the circumstances. You understand me? And when you engage with people, like, I want to say this too, because I'm working on getting the my female followers up in an exponential way. So we doing something real special that I know the females gonna enjoy. I'm not gonna say it just yet, just simply because there's so many vultures out there. But I want to speak to the women that do reach out to me on a daily basis. You got so many people that reach out to me and say, hey, a black man speaking the way you speak is so powerful. A black man with your voice, you powerful. You way more powerful than X, Y, and Z. You know, and sometimes they do that. Whether or not it's stroking my ego or whatever it's doing, the point I'm making is I need y'all to understand that when the black woman hear me, I vibrate her spirit. Yeah, you can tell. You can feel it. You can hold on to it. You know I come from something. You know you don't got this kind of swing and kind of twang. This thing can't be paid for. You understand? So some people want to come up on my platform and talk, and we gonna make that a reality for certain individuals. But I just want to say I appreciate everybody that reaches out to me and make sure that they let me know that, hey man, what you speak truth to power. I'm gonna give y'all an example. The other day on my Instagram, I put up a clip, one of my promotion clips about the DJ Academics and my son situation. And a young man commented under there, and I can tell by his comment that he disagreed with me. But that ain't the only thing that I can tell by his comment. I can tell by his comment that he respected my mindset and my outlook just by the way he approached it. Right? And so I engage with him, because a lot of times I gotta keep moving. But I engaged with him. I said, what's up, bro? I said, nah, this is what I'm saying, because I'm critical of Black Lives Matter and my son and whoever else that didn't show up in Nashville, Tennessee when Dan was killed by the police. If I don't say it, who gonna say it? I represent this town. This is my town. Then now one of them come down and say, yo, shedding some kind of light about this situation. Being at the forefront of awareness for a man that was killed by the police, so they rubbed me wrong. I received that with really, really, really bad frequency. I didn't like the way that felt. So I spoke about it. And he said, man, do you think my son then was busy? I said, nah, I don't think they was busy. I think it just wasn't enough cameras. You know, I think it wasn't enough people that was there to say, you know, hey, you get notoriety for being next to this. And then he responded back. And what I'm saying is, this is all across the country. These dudes not from my backyard. These dudes be from all across the country. This dude, after that, he said, man, I just want you to know, brother, that your voice is stronger than my son's voice. And you ought to, and you could, you can do as much as Charlemagne them do. Like, I see that in you. And I said, man. And then I said, damn, I got to hold myself a little more accountable too. You know, being somebody that communicates well and has an audience, but I just, I'm coming into my audience now. This happened I think maybe a couple of years ago. You understand? So it's like, I had to take that with a grain of salt, but I understood the game, and there's still good people out there to give good criticism. you know, and put you in a situation where you can kind of learn from what it is that you're doing. That type of individual is unlike the other individual I was talking about earlier in regards to, hey man, you need to redo your YouTube channel. Hey man, maybe you should use this as a hey man, you shouldn't do that no more, man. You should, like, y'all dudes got to create something. Let me see it. Cause every time that happens, I go on that person's page, they got one video, it got 8 views, and it's 7 years old. And I'm thinking to myself, how you gonna tell me how to run the game? Don't you see me? You here watching me. Don't you know I know something? Don't you know I ain't just no dumb and stupid dude? Do you see what I look like on the camera? Do you know I spent money on this shit? Do I look like I'm somebody I don't know nothing? You know, so sometimes it rubs me the wrong way, but other times I take it and I love it and I appreciate it. But let me speak to DaBaby situation a little bit more.